Hey guys, so today we have my summer favorites. I've been doing seasonal favorites this year, and so this is my third favorites video of the year. And I have so many products that I'm loving right now that I felt like too much to talk about, so I had to kind of force myself to narrow it down a little bit so that I could really share like the best of the best. A lot of these are kind of like summery themed products and also just makeup trends that I've been enjoying as the weather has been getting hot. It is so hot today. I had to turn off the ceiling fan and I'm already burning up. But let's get into it. I usually have some fails to share as well, but I couldn't think of any fails this time around, which is a good thing. I mean, I guess that means I've been doing a good job only bringing in products that I like. I actually don't have a favorite like foundation or base product this time. Ever since I finished my Pacifica A Light foundation, which I kind of didn't realize how much I wasn't vibing with that foundation until I finished it and started using my other foundations more often. So I've just been loving all my foundations and just using them all. So I don't really have one particular favorite in that category right now. I do have some cheek product favorites though. So a bronzer that I've been loving. I'm not normally a bronzer person, but this is the Soul Body Face and Body Bronzing Balm in Fair. So it is a nice big potted cream bronzer, and as the name would suggest, you can use this on both your face and your body. I mean, you could do that with any face makeup product too. I don't really use it on my body. I'm not much of a body makeup person, but I really like this on my face. It smells good, at least to me. It is kind of heavily scented, but it just smells tropical and so summery, and it's a really beautiful like buttery balm texture, and I like to just pick it up on like an angled brush or even just like a domed, almost like kabuki brush or foundation brush. That's what the shade looks like. It's almost a little bit warmer than I typically go for, but with the texture of this one, it just blends in so beautifully. It is completely matte, and it's just so easy to use. I think my issue with a lot of bronzers is that they're tricky to get placed right. Sometimes they can just look patchy, but this one is just easy and effortless, and I feel like I'm going to be using this a lot in the summer. I have two other bronzer type products that I'm kind of working on panning right now, but I've still been reaching for this one whenever I'm just like in the mood for it because it's so good. And then I've also been really into like peachy coral blushes and also just peachy coral orangey eye looks as well. I've been loving the Milani Luminoso blush. I have the newer formulation. I do think that the original Milani Luminoso was a little bit lighter and maybe a little bit pinker, but I never had that one. I always thought it looked beautiful, but this new one I'm loving. It's definitely the most like orangey coral blush that I have, and it's very glowy. So you can also skip highlight with this if you want to. Really soft and smooth and blendable, and I mean, this is a product that's been out for so long, but I really do think that there's a reason why this has been such a cult favorite for so many years. For like a more matte peachy coral blush, I've also been enjoying the Aether Beauty Amber Cheek Palette. So this has two blushes and a highlighter, and the highlighter is gorgeous. It's I've talked about this several times before, so I won't spend too much time on it, but the highlighter is a little bit smoother than their individual highlighters are. Their individual highlighters are kind of glittery, in a good way, at least to me, but this one is a bit more smooth and pearly if that's more your jam. So kind of reminds me a little bit of Champagne Pop from Becca. And then these two blushes are gorgeous. Obviously the one in the middle is a little bit more the kind of shade that I would wear on like a day-to-day basis, and you can kind of tell that's what I've been dipping into the most, but I also like mixing it with this deeper shade, and I've also been using this deeper shade using my powder trick where I dip back and forth between this and my face powder to get it to blend into my skin tone a little bit better. And that is just such a vibrant, like reddish coral blush. I don't have anything else quite like that in my collection. I'm not normally a face palette kind of person. Like typically I just like individual face or cheek products, but I use all three of these shades, and I kind of like that they're all three together just because they work together so well. And I just think that's such a beautiful little trio for the summer. I've just been really into vibrant colors lately, if you can't tell. If you've been watching my videos lately, I've been wearing a lot of more colorful looks. It's just been so much fun lately. And I feel like I do go through that every like spring and summer. That's when I get really into colorful makeup. So like I said, I've been really into corals and peaches and oranges, like just bright oranges. And I have really been into this particular single that I have. This is the Klarity single in Hot Cheeto. It's so beautiful and vibrant. I can really pack it on if I want like a lot of pigment, or I can sheer it out and get more of like a soft corally orange. I've used it several times recently. I used it in my recent 1 month 1 palette like intro. I did like a palette bingo at the end, and this is one of the shades that I got. That was a very bright, vibrant look. I've also used it as like a winged liner, as just like a soft crease and outer corner shade. So I've just been loving that shade in particular, and just never thought I would really get into like orange eyeshadow, but I found recently that there's a gnat flying in here. But I've recently found that I love orange on my skin tone, my eye color. So pretty. While we're talking about all the orange things that I've been loving, I recently picked up another one of these e.l.f. Srsly Satin lipsticks, and this is in the shade Persimmon. So this is like the only true orange lipstick that I own. It really is still kind of like an orange red, but this is so fun. Again, I like shearing it out or just wearing it like fully opaque on my lips. And I've had the shade Cream in this formula for a while, and while I really like the color, I found it a little bit drying. But I think part of that was the shade, because it is such a light nude shade. But I do feel like this formula in particular works best for me in like a bright color. I don't find it nearly as like dry and chalky on my lips. It's still quite matte. Like, I don't necessarily know if I would call this a satin formula. I think I would just say matte. So they're not quite as creamy as I would have hoped, but for $3, it's a steal, and you can try out some like really fun colors if you're wanting to just kind of experiment with like an orange or like a bright red. You can do that and not break the bank if you're not sure you're gonna like the color. But I do really like this color. So fun. Another lipstick I've been loving that I recently picked up just kind of on a whim from the drugstore. It was on sale. This is what I have on right now. It's the Covergirl 24-Hour Matte Lipstick in the shade Thrill Seeker. I didn't have a shade like this before, but this is like a bright kind of fuchsia pink. It's not quite a hot pink. It's a little bit deeper than a hot pink, but so beautiful and vibrant for summer. And what I really like about this, not only is the color, but also the formula of this is really interesting. It kind of dries down on your lips, almost like a liquid lipstick, but not quite as like thick and like paint-like as some liquid lipsticks. But it dries down and it's pretty much transfer-proof. Like, okay, I got a little bit of transfer that you can see there, but it really does kind of set onto your lips without feeling drying. I mean, of course, if you've got like super, super chapped dry lips, you're probably not going to want to reach for this, but you know, my lips are not chapped. I don't find it drying at all. The only thing that's kind of weird is the packaging. I do find it really hard to open. Okay, more of a technique favorite that I've had recently is just wearing like a colorful winged liner and pretty much no other eyeshadow. That's what I did today. I actually had another eye look on today that I didn't really like, so I ended up taking it off and just doing this instead. But today I have the shade Sizzle from the BH Cosmetics Summer in, it's Saint Tropez, not Saint Tropez. I always want to say Saint Tropez, but I know that's wrong. I'm going to try to stop saying that. And this is actually the first time I've used this shade as far as I know. I don't typically reach for such bold colors, but lately I've been loving just a bold, bright color as my winged liner and like no other eyeshadow. I think it just makes such a statement. And I do have a little bit of Marina here, which is this like light pearly pink on my inner corner. And then the other day, I guess it was like a week ago, I did the shade Jet Set, which is just this like true straight up matte red as a winged liner. That, I feel like that was just such a badass look. Like, I hardly ever wear red eyeshadow just because I never really think that it's gonna look good because it's red, but somehow that was just one of my favorite looks I've ever done. I had that, and then I think a little bit of, again, Marina on the inner corner. All I wore, and then I think I had a red lipstick on as well. So I'll pop a picture of that on the screen, but that has been my new favorite technique. So much fun for the summer, especially if you're feeling kind of lazy with your makeup, but you still want to do something like pretty and colorful. Highly recommend that. And this has been, speaking of this palette, this is my 1 month 1 palette for this month. I've been using it every single day, at least every day that I've worn makeup, and I've been loving it so much. This was in my spring favorites as well. Totally still a favorite. Beautiful summer palette. I think they actually repackaged it and like renamed the shades, but it's the same, as far as I know, the same formula, same colors and everything. So some hair products that I've recently been enjoying. So you may know that Garnier recently became cruelty-free, which is so exciting, like best news of the year. I've been trying a few of their products, but I recently picked up 2 of their whole blends products. So I have their Haute Delicacy Gentle Shampoo and the Moroccan Argan and Camellia oils Illuminating Conditioner. Both of these had, like, the Haute shampoo had a corresponding conditioner and this one had a corresponding shampoo, but I kind of wanted to just try two different ones. So I went for the Haute Delicacy shampoo because it says tested on sensitive scalp, which I do have a sensitive scalp. This isn't like a medicated shampoo or anything, and I don't know if it's going to be good for everyone with a sensitive scalp because everybody's so different, but it says gently hydrates fine to normal hair, which I do have pretty fine hair, and I've really been liking this, both these actually, but I'm just going to talk about this right now. This smells so good. It smells kind of coconutty, just a nice, like, soft, clean scent. Really been enjoying that. I love the way it lathers and rinses, and it's just great. These are so affordable. I think I was able to get them for like $3 or $4 each because Walgreens had them like buy one get one free, or no, buy one get one half off. So loving that shampoo. I feel like it like cleans my hair, but it doesn't leave it feeling stripped or dry or sensitive or anything. And then the Illuminating Conditioner is also nice. This one has, I don't know if everybody's gonna love the scent of this one. It's a pretty strong smell, and it kind of smells like laundry detergent in a way. But I don't mind it. I feel like the scent of each of these, they kind of complement each other, and they do kind of linger in my hair for a while. So this one is nice and thick, and I do feel like it gives my hair a lot of hydration. And when I've been using just this combo pretty much every time I wash my hair, except for today, I used a different combo. But I have been loving my hair lately. It's been so soft. I feel like it's been shinier than usual. Again, today I used my like medicated shampoo that I really don't like, and I feel like it dries out my hair. So don't take the way that my hair looks right now as an indication of how these make my hair look, because I do feel like my hair always looks extra soft and shiny when I use these. So really enjoying those. I am not someone who like knows very much about hair products. Like, I don't know anything about like sulfates and silicones and all those things. Like, I have no idea. So if you are like picky about your ingredients in like shampoos and conditioners, definitely check for yourself, because I have no idea what I'm talking about. I just know that these seem to work really well for my hair, and I'm so happy that Garnier is now cruelty-free. So exciting. A fragrance I've been loving, I've been getting really into perfume lately. I used to never wear perfume. I didn't even really own any perfume there for a while, but lately I've been getting more into it. I think I am eventually going to film a perfume collection. There's a couple more perfumes or like brands that I want to try before I do that, but I recently placed an order on Good Chemistry's website. They used to be sold at Target. I think they are still sold at some Targets, but my Target doesn't carry them anymore. But I did recently see that Logical Harmony added them to her cruelty-free list, so I wanted to try a few things. And this one is the Solar Jasmine scent. This is my favorite of the ones I've tried. These perfumes are very inexpensive as far as perfumes go. The actual perfumes are like 25 bucks, and then they also sell body sprays for $10. I did order 3 of them. The Solar Jasmine, Vanilla Orchid, and Queen Bee. I like all of them, but this scent is my favorite. So this one is described as fruity citrus and creamy woods, notes of pineapple. That's interesting. I don't really feel like I smell pineapple. Pineapple, peach blossom, and sandalwood. It does smell a little bit beachy. I do tend to really like things with sandalwood in them. I do feel like peachy sandalwood is a good way to describe this. It's also like a tiny bit spicy. I don't know, I really, really like this. The only thing, these are pretty, like I said, these are pretty inexpensive, and I do feel like they don't last as well as like some more expensive perfumes. Like I have some Skylar perfumes. Those will last quite a while. These sort of have the lasting power that you'd expect for the price. But this one in particular, at least, I feel like has pretty good lasting power compared to the others that I've tried. This is something that maybe you could like reapply halfway through the day, and I think you'd be good. And you know, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, that may be worth it to you if it's a scent that you really like. But I feel like I would never be able to guess if I smelled someone wearing this that it was only a $25 perfume. Like it smells high-end to me. So I've really been enjoying that, and I feel like it's a great like summer scent too. Alright, another thing that has been good timing for the summer, but I'm going to be wearing these year-round. I posted about these on my Instagram stories, but these are UPF driving gloves. So UPF is like SPF, but for like sun protective clothing. So these have UPF 50 in them, and they're from the brand Coolibar. I learned about these from Dr. Dre, who is one of my favorite YouTubers. She's a dermatologist, and she wears these, and so I decided, you know what, because I'm terrible about remembering to put sunscreen on the backs of my hands, and every time I'm driving, I'm sitting there like, oh my god, the sun damage that I know I'm getting on my hands because I'm not wearing sunscreen, it drives me crazy. So these are the solution for me. They are, they're so cute. I feel like they're equal parts nerdy and stylish, and like fancy. So I got the mid-length ones, and they come in a few colors. This is like the tan color, and then they have a white and black as well. I got this because I didn't want black because I feel like that would get too hot, but the material of these is so breathable and lightweight. And I was wearing these the other day when it was like 95 degrees outside, and my hands didn't get hot at all. They've got these really nice grips on the back of them, which is nice, so you can really like, they're meant for driving, so you don't have to worry about your hands like slipping around on the steering wheel. And they've also got the little touchscreen fingers, so you can use your phone when you have these on. Obviously don't use your phone while you're driving, but you know, it's nice to have that. So I did get the mid-length ones because I like that they offer protection like basically all the way up my forearm. And these are size extra small, which I feel like they do fit my hands really, really well. I do have pretty small hands. However, I feel like the arm part is a little bit snug. So normally extra small would fit me, so I feel like you may want to size up if you're like unsure between two sizes, or you might normally be in between like an extra small and a small. Maybe size up. But then again, I do feel like these work okay for me. And they do come with this little pouch as well. So I'm very excited. I feel so much better now knowing that I'm protecting my hands, because I know that your hands are one of the first places to start showing sun damage. I think skin cancer is pretty common on the backs of the hands, so I'm so happy to have those. And I think I'm going to be a continuing Coolibar customer because they've got a lot of cool stuff. They've got all kinds of clothing. They've got like shirts, dresses, shawls. I also bought a hat that I haven't worn yet, but they've got a lot of great like UPF hats. So I'm excited about this brand and these gloves. I feel kind of silly wearing them, but at the same time I feel very fancy and a little smug knowing that I am being proactive with my sun protection. So, all right, my very last favorite, and then I will let you guys go. But the jewelry that I'm wearing, specifically the rings that I'm wearing, because I'm not wearing any other jewelry, but I discovered a new jewelry maker that I love. I actually found her at my local farmer's market, but I looked her up and she does have an Etsy store, but it's a small Black-owned business. It's called Abyssinia, that's the name of the brand. So it's African-inspired and bohemian jewelry. The first piece I have is this little crescent moon ring, and all the rings I have on, they're made of brass, but it's also got an adjustable band. Love that. And then the other three are actually a set of 3 different sized, like sort of wavy, thin brass rings. I love like really dainty thin rings like this. One of them I can wear as like a midi ring on my middle finger there. This one I've been wearing like on my thumb, and then this other one I've been wearing like on my ring finger. But I also like to stack that with the moon. I just think that looks so cute. So anyway, loving those. She has so many beautiful like necklaces and earrings and all kinds of stuff. Sorry, I'm gonna back up, get out of your face. All of it is gorgeous and just so unique. So I will link that Etsy store below. I'm so excited that she has an Etsy because I think you guys will love her. But those are all of my summer favorites, products that I've been particularly enjoying. I thought about including some sunscreens, but I just did my top 6 face sunscreens of all time that I will link below if you are on the hunt for a good sunscreen for the summer. Check that out because those are all my favorite sunscreens and I didn't want to repeat myself in this video. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'd love to see you again soon, and hopefully I'll talk to you very soon in my next video.